Hello and welcome to this video. In this one, I wanted to talk about the consolation and the fearlessness of death that comes with philosophy and with seeking the answers to your questions, to the big questions that exist during this lifetime. First, though, I want to talk about why there is a huge misconception about the philosophical search and its connection with survival, or why do people think or assume that the pursuit of philosophy or art is the pursuit that is only sought by people who are well settled or who are well founded? Why is it that people think that they should delay philosophical questioning or spiritual seeking after they have achieved their financial goals? This is in response to a very famous book that I was starting to read. The famous book is called Indian Philosophy. It is part of a curriculum for uh, for a civil service exam, and if you take an optional called philosophy, you are meant to read this book, which is written also by a very highly, which is written by the president of India and Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. And in this book, he starts his endeavor into explaining about philosophy by saying and proclaiming that philosophical questioning and search is only after you have well settled. He gives an example of our ancient ancestors from India who were living in the Himalayan forests with abundant natural resources for their food and enough time to think about certain things. Well, I have not encountered such thing about philosophy or art even. It is not as if I have discovered philosophy in the in the midst of a very prosperous career, or in the midst of a very financial satisfied career. No, I found philosophy during an existential crisis in my life, and I found philosophy, and I have also talked to a lot of people who find a consolation in philosophy and spiritual seeking. This huge misconception that people should delay their philosophical quest, or simply their inquiry into knowing who they are in their inner search, trying to understand what these terms like God, what religions try to explain, what do these prophets have to do with all of these things, what does existence actually mean? These questions, these really big questions that we all suffer with eventually, and we somehow find a half-baked answer to it through such proclamations that philosophy and art is only for the rich. I want to again come back to this concept of the fear of death. We all fear death, and the only way to console ourselves, to make peace with the fact that you are going to die, is through philosophical search. It does not mean that you are rich or poor. It does not mean that you are a prosperous, financially well settled person. It does not mean that you have time to think about things. Every person is philosophizing every single day. Every person is thinking about such things every single day. When you talk to a person, a stranger, they are very happy about certain things or enjoys about certain things. Try to change the topic towards religion, towards philosophy, and you will see how serious they become. You will see how grave their expression will become, and how they have really seriously thought about such things. They might not be really good philosophers, they might not be great thinkers, but to them, religion and philosophy is a means of consolation. It is very important in their life. It is a serious topic, it is a grave topic, which gives a meaning to them, which gives a purpose in their life. The idol that they worship has value to them, and the prophet that they walk in the steps of have a value to them. They are very attached to the philosophies and religions. A poor has, in fact, much greater ideas than a rich person who is spoiled. A rich person spoils himself. A rich person who thinks about money and reduces the poor is always spoiling himself. He's not, he's not ready to become a spiritual person. So I find this misconception about philosophy and pursuit of art very unsettling and very disrespectful to wisdom itself, because wisdom comes without knocking at your door. It comes with it comes at a time of your life where you are down. It comes at a time in a young man's life when he or she is alone and he is trying to find out the answers to his questions. His questions like, who am I? Where I am from? Where am I from? Where will I go after death? And the more you seek this philosophical inquiry, the more you seek this spiritual journey, you have a certain peace in your nature. You have a certain sense of belonging in this world, and also you have a certain confidence about your life, about your death also. Eventually, fear might go away. I know a lot of people who are poor, who do not have enough money to feed their children, who strive for philosophy, strive for religion more than anybody else, because they have an angst inside them. They see the injustice that has been done to them. They see that God isn't fair. They see their suffering when it comes to poverty. They have suffered a lot in life, and philosophy and spiritual seeking gives them gives them hope and consolation. So this misconception that philosophy and art is only for the rich is a huge misconception. There have been many philosophers who had no money. There have been many artists, great artists, who had not sold even a single painting in their lives. Yet they kept pursuing their art because that gave their life meaning. Money is not it is not a it is a commodity. It is it should not go into our heads. And if you think that you can pursue philosophy or seek spirituality after you have attained your financial goal, trust me, We have lost a lot of time. Who knows that you may die while you seek these financial desires that you may have. Who knows who lives tomorrow? Who knows what happens tomorrow? Who knows what happens in this life? So thank you for watching this video. This is only a simple response to something that I have been thinking about for a while. And if you think that I am somehow rich, I am really not. And I would really like to you to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you really like my opinions. And thank you for watching this video, and bye bye.